Hi, welcome. I am excited to be here today to introduce you to Triangulo APreciado for AP and Advanced Proficiency classrooms, and to take you on a tour of this special new program. My name is Michelle Olah. I have been a world languages educator in Florida for over 16 years. I started out my career teaching middle school Spanish and have had a variety of other positions since then. I've taught high school Spanish online, and most recently I was a curriculum specialist at a district office where I was able to coach teachers on how to grow their understanding of highly effective teaching and learning in world languages. I have also been involved in state, regional, and national world languages associations, and I'm excited to say that I now am an instructional strategist with Wayside Publishing. So let's go ahead and get started. Triangulo APreciado truly prepares learners for the AP Spanish Language and Cultural exam, and is the only AP Spanish program that includes updates announced by the College Board for the 2020 exam. Equally as important for learners who strive to earn the seal of biliteracy, this standards-based program is truly uniquely proficiency-driven, moving learners towards pre-advanced levels of proficiency as they develop their skills in the 3 modes of communication. The interpretive mode, with access to authentic resources such as articles and audio and video.
Si hay algo que puede definir el grado de convivencia entre chinos.
Also, the interpersonal mode through engagement in conversations, both written and spoken. And the presentational mode, where students present on a variety of AP themes, such as persuasive essays on the value of GMO-free foods, to debates on whether or not we can plan for a happy future. Each unit highlights a product or cultural value: smartphone, backpack, bread, diversity, happy life, and ask learners to engage in in-depth exploration of cultural practices and perspectives as they relate to that particular cultural product or value, all within the context of the 6 global themes and almost all of the sub-themes outlined by the AP exam. So what exactly makes Triangulo APreciado different from other AP texts? Our commitment to backwards design and the true language proficiency, even at an AP level. Let's take a closer look at how the sequencing of content and tasks engages students with the language while maintaining the level of rigor they need for the AP exam, the seal of biliteracy, or real-world interactions. Each of the 5 units fully develops the particular concept it addresses. Students progress through the topic from personal connections to community impact to global intercultural perspectives. Unit goals reflect this approach by building on communicative skills within the context of the theme, themes that will definitely spark learners' interests. In addition to the unit goals, the other learning targets are introduced at the beginning of the unit. The preguntas esenciales set the tone for each of the 3 conexiones, that progression from personal to intercultural perspectives. A list of AP themes and sub-themes support an integrated approach to each topic, much more logical and natural and organic. The mi progreso comunicativo can-do statements focus on what learners will be able to do in the language. And the mi progreso intercultural focuses on interculturality in alignment with the newly revised necessful, actful, can-do statements. The 3 conexiones in each unit offers consistency in terms of structure, a feature we know supports learners. To begin, One of the 3 preguntas esenciales is highlighted with the title of each conexión. Main sections of each conexión are indicated by the orange font, and note the 3 components are similar to a KWL chart. ¿Qué sabes? What do you know? Is the first one. Students immediately use the new vocabulary to communicate about the theme. As we expand learners' knowledge about the topic, we introduce additional vocabulary in the ¿Qué más necesitas saber? Section. This vocabulary that comes from the authentic resources themselves. Learners practice the vocabulary in context in various activities provided in both the text and the Explorer course. Triangulo APreciado also presents learners with strategies for improving their language learning. Don't overlook these. Have learners engage in the strategies as appropriate. Within each conexión, there is a section called Aprecias la cultura hispanohablante, which further focuses on the topic from an intercultural perspective. In this example, we take a look at the importance of la mochila. Remember that text can also be audio or video, and this activity provides learners with the opportunity to hone their listening skills. In the ¿Qué aprendiste?, learners process what they gleaned from the audio. These questions are predominantly designed to prepare students for interpretive sections of the AP exam. This is then followed by a presenta section in which learners access a focusing text and prepare a presentation based on the information and their learning from the text, a mini IPA or Integrated Performance Assessment. The conexión ends with atando cabos sueltos, or tying up loose ends. In this case, learners engage in a simulated conversation and update their progress in realizing the can-do statements. But what about grammar, you say? Throughout Triangulo APreciado, language structures are introduced and practiced in a discovery co-constructivist approach with guidance provided by the text and in context practice on the learning site. After all 3 conexiones, each unit presents a tricky grammar concept in context, one that learners at this proficiency level still need to review. The unit concludes with a fully integrated performance assessment. Task types borrow from AP exam structure to give learners a simulated experience of what their exam experience will be like. It begins with a prompt or introduction and a review of the 3 essential questions of the unit. In this IPA, learners will present a picture of a young lady from Peru based on the various mochilas that she has had over the years. The interpretive task is to observe the contents of the mochila and to take notes to start to shape the narrative of who she is. The interpersonal task, learners have the opportunity to share ideas with their classmates. And in the presentational task, they will give an oral presentation on who the young lady is. Note that a summary of each conexión is provided to remind learners of what they have discussed throughout the unit. Resources for the IPA are provided on the learning site. What else does Triangulo APreciado have to offer teachers and students? More of the best. Teacher supports include unit goals, essential questions, and can-do statements for both communicative and intercultural targets, performance rubrics aligned to AP exam for summative IPAs, an instructional strategies appendix, teacher's notes with helpful suggestions, and multiple practice activities for each section of the AP exam, but aligned with the unit themes and sub-themes. Triangulo APreciado also has learner supports, like extensive vocabulary practice with interactive explorer-only activities. Vocabulary practice can be individually assigned to students based on their language needs. For example, in the online Explorer course, you can easily differentiate for heritage and non-heritage speakers by assigning different vocabulary activities based on their individual language needs. In addition, there are more exciting options, such as a vocabulary progression module, and where you can give feedback to students, and students will receive feedback on the vocabulary progress. There's one language structure per unit using the co-constructive approach with examples and scaffolded practice and context, as well as scaffolded communicative activities, allowing students to advance their proficiency in all of the modes of communication. AP exam instructions and scoring guides are in the textbook, as well as AP exam strategies in appendix, so students don't need to go out to the AP Central website for this important information. And students have Mi Portafolio, where they're able to reflect and add evidence of their progress towards communicative and intercultural goals. In addition to the actual textbook, Triangulo APreciado offers a robust online learning and course management system, the Learning Site. It connects teachers and students to all of the digital resources and products and is made up of the following components that flow seamlessly one to another. The Flex Text ebook with all the same layout and content as the textbook. The Explorer course, the heart of the online environment, with the student roster, digital content, assignments, and gradebook. And Mi Portafolio, the online student language portfolio in which students can self-assess their progress toward meeting the can-do statements and set goals for increasing their level of performance. An exciting new feature, only available from Wayside Publishing, is the vocabulary progression module. This new Explorer module allows students to practice their language skills and gain proficiency by working through a progression of vocabulary activities using Bloom's taxonomy as a teaching tool, helping students to learn vocabulary words and self-assess their progress towards proficiency targets. The Learning Site is optimized for Chrome and can be accessed on desktop computers, laptops, tablets, and smartphones with its own app for iOS devices. Wayside titles are accessible in a variety of formats, print only, online only, or in digital print bundles. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Triangulo APreciado today. To learn more about Triangulo APreciado, visit Wayside Publishing at www.waysidepublishing.com. Thank you very much.